Hi, my name's
Xeno Carmesin,
and I'm going to teach you guys about Z-Counter and how it works. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay tuned for future videos and other stuff. Z-Counter tutorial is available in Ultimate Training from the main menu of the game, and this is a kind of technique that can block an enemy's attack, teleport behind and hit them. This is the hardest thing to do, since the timing is very tight, and I'll show you how precise it is. First things first, when does Z-Counter happen? When a fighter poses like this, and makes a sound like boom, and a circle appears from one body part of the fighter is supposed to hit, then it teleports behind the target and to send the enemy flying by smashing. What are the buttons we need to press to perform a Z-Counter? Up plus square, simple as that. We probably know how to press two buttons at the same time, of course. Where can I practice Z-Counter? You can do that in Basic Training from Ultimate Training. But for me, it's harder to learn there since Super Bu confuses you. He's only showing you that it is only possible to Z-Counter a smash attack, but it isn't. I rather you do that in training, or practice on a duel mode with a friend and team battle 5v5 to maximize the practice efficiency. The rules should be 1. No use of any blast stocks that involves auto-dodging like afterimage, wild sense, etc. 2. No use of super ultimate attacks or any mini cutscene attacks. 3. Melee attacks only, meaning only punches and kicks. If a fighter uses a sword, it's fine. 4. No key blasts, we can only repel it back to the enemy. When should we use Z-Counter? You can use Z-Counter anytime you like, but it's not that simple to perform. Sometimes we can't Z-Counter a melee attack at all. We'll get back to that later. If an enemy attacks us by melee, then that's our cue to Z-Counter, but sometimes we can't Z-Counter a melee attack at all. We'll get back to that later. These are the all possible attacks that can be Z-Countered. Rush attacks. Combos. Z-Counter itself. Vanishing counter. Vanishing counter can also be Z-Countered, but you cannot do it all the time because it depends on how your enemy attacks you. We'll get back to that later too.
Ah yes, the timing, what about it? The game didn't say that you only have 2-frame window to perform the Z-Counter. I discovered it myself, so you guys won't have to. But that's not the end, we will find out how precise the timing is. And before I forget, this video is focusing on PS2 or PCSX2 emulator. If you're playing on Wii, the input response time is almost instant compared to PS2 version, based on very good Wii players on my Discord server. Do me a favor. If you're using a PS2 console, take a look at your Discord disk cover. Under the PlayStation logo, it says NTSCU or PAL. If your CD is Sparking Meteor, it should say NTSCJ. If you can't follow this, there's an easy way. If you boot your game and it already showed the loading screen of a memory card, then you're using NTSC. If your game displays a number of languages to choose, then it's PAL. Please correct me if I'm wrong. NTSCU or NTSCJ from Sparking Meteor renders 60 FPS, while the PAL version is 50 FPS. During gameplay, NTSC renders 30 FPS while the PAL is 25 FPS. The game render is locked to 30 FPS NTSC or 25 FPS PAL. Why am I talking about NTSC and PAL versions, you might ask? There's a timing difference between Z-Counters between the two game versions. The NTSC version is 60 FPS, but the gameplay itself is only 30 FPS. The response time of 60 FPS is 16.67 milliseconds or 0.016 seconds per frame. Since the gameplay is 30 FPS, that'll be 33.3 milliseconds or 0.033 seconds per frame. This means that's how long we can perform Z-Counter before we get hit. As I said, our frame window is only 2 frames or 0.033 seconds. Is it too fast for you? Compared to PAL, the response time of 50 FPS, PAL, version is 20 milliseconds or 0.02 seconds. Since the game render is 25 FPS, then the response time is 40 milliseconds or 0.04 seconds. Does that mean we have more room for Z-Counter? Yes, but actually no. The time gap between NTSC and PAL is only 7 milliseconds or 0.007 seconds. If you're a DBZ BT3 NTSC gamer, switching to PAL might be useless since the timing is almost the same. 0.007 seconds is still too fast. Here's the timing, you only have 2 frames to press up plus square button in order to Z counter. Here's my demonstration, let's assume that each plus and minuses are a single frame. Since there are 2 pluses, that's our frame window to Z counter. If you press 2 buttons between the pluses, you can perform Z counter. Any timing between those 2 is safe. If you press it a single frame too early or late, you'll get hit.
So let's go back to the possibilities to Z counter. How do we Z counter a rush attacks? Every single press of an attack button is Z counterable, but the following attack from a single attack button cannot be Z countered at all. I'll show you the specific timing of the Z counter so you can see it. And before I forget, you can pause the video to analyze how it works. Press to the previous frame or to the next frame. YouTube has this kind of feature, and it only works on PC laptop. Please take your time, people. Some characters can punch 2 or more times with a single press of a button. Only the first hit can be Z countered. Gogeta's first punch is Z counterable, but his second punch cannot be Z countered. No matter how good your timing is, that won't work. Here are the list of combos that can be Z countered. Some attacks can be charged like heavy finish, rolling hammer, and others. It doesn't matter if an attack is a full charge or not, as long as you're 5 to 6 frames away from getting hit, you can perform the Z counter. I'll show you a video about Z countering everything from this list with a display controller. Take your time analyzing this frame by frame. How do we Z-counter a Z-counter itself? After your enemy Z-counters, your only response option is a vanishing counter. But that's not it, Z-counter is also Z-counterable. How do we Z-counter a vanishing counter? Here's an example video. Long ago, I asked Ion360 how he Z-counter a vanishing attack. His answer was it's only possible for a few characters. I made a video for it to prove he's right. As I make TAS, I realized it's possible to do it on PAL. If you test it on NTSC, it won't work. According to him, it's like a bug. Ion360 is playing as PAL version. And I play as NTSC. I figured out that Z-countering a vanishing counter is also possible in the NTSC version of the game, but performing it isn't the same as in PAL. Z-countering a vanishing counter is possible, but most of them work on PAL version of this game. I made 15 examples of Z-countering a vanishing counter. 5 from NTSC US, 5 from European PAL, and another 5 from NTSC Japan. Both US and Japan are the same, but I'll still show it anyway. NTSC and PAL have a huge difference. In the PAL version, Super Vegeta can Z-counter a vanishing counter from Super Trunks. While the NTSC version, no matter how precise my timing is, Super Vegeta can't Z-counter Super Trunks vanishing counter. Same as NTSC Japan. Here's another example. In the PAL version, Teen Gohan can Z-counter a vanishing counter from Kid Buu. While in NTSC, it's impossible to do it, and this also happens in NTSC Japan. Just because PAL can do it, doesn't mean it's the end for NTSC. NTSC can also Z-counter a vanishing counter, but it's only possible on a few characters. Here are the examples.
You may wonder how it happened. It's because Teen Gohan's uppercut smash animation ended quickly and he's now in idle animation so that he could Z-counter a vanishing counter. Like Yonian360 said that it's like a bug. Probably the devs didn't intend this to happen, since they want us to press the O button instead. I'm talking about NTSC. The PAL version has a strange result. Teen Gohan's uppercut animation isn't even done, but he could do a Z counter against Kid Buu. This situation isn't Z counterable in NTSC.
So, what do you think about Z countering? Do you think you can do it after watching this video? Remember, 5 to 6 frames away from getting hit, you can Z counter, or else it won't happen. If you ask me, I won't totally recommend this, since the timing is too precise, unless luck is on your side, or skilled enough to do it. Good luck Z countering. Thank you for watching my video. If you want more videos like this, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below. Thank you for your time, people. I hope you learned something from this.
I think that's worth a lot. I hope to see you again.